Now on this video, we're going to share some great memories from the last 10 years of meeting motorcycle meetups at Perkins. And there's some special footage I found and uncovered of Bob Nevola and the all-women's motorcycle club. I think you'll enjoy that. And just some general fun times that we had at Perkins.
How much it's gonna cost? The guy.
Oh, but water. I didn't want to take any pictures of it either.
You're right.
It's gonna ruin his whole day. Yeah, they're all up here today. It's a wonderful day. There's a nice bike. Look at the Husqvarna.
Oh, Rossi's here.
Hey, Rossi's here. Look at this.
Selling those plastic for $500 for China.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I can buy one for my R6, but then the ticket says $300 for the plastic and they charge you $250 for shipping.
Oh my.
Now I've taken out all this random footage from 10 years of recording bike meetups on Perkins, and no two were ever alike. We've met some interesting people. I actually met Luciano and Glenn both on Perkins, and along with Bob Nevola too. I shouldn't even say that. So it was over the years that have gone by, and I think it's dwindled down some now after COVID, but there was a time when this was absolutely the place to be. On this day, there was a beautiful GS up there, just like Dallas, the one Dallas has. And this looks like an 83. Mine, of course, is an 82. Beautiful, beautiful GS. And I had my GS during this time period, evil twinned out with the West Cooley body parts, but it's the same GS. Hey, but everybody likes the West Cooley paint job. We may have to put that back on next year, just for some fun.
We're gonna be on YouTube tonight, everybody. Are you the leader of this group, sir?
Yeah, you making a video for tonight? Did you have a chance to talk to that guy with the Suzuki or no?
He disappeared. I didn't. I went all the way to the end. I didn't see him.
I guess he didn't stop.
I wanted you to talk to me. I started loosening the engine bolts. Tim can grab the engine and we'll run with it. The leader of the group said he would like it if you would ride back and you would ride in the front and give them a riding lesson on 106 by the BMWs.
Yeah, you need to wait the next year because the 106 is close.
Oh.
What's very cool about Perkins, and this is 8-10 years ago, they had such crowds up there. Sometimes they'd block it off that you couldn't even get out of there when you came down the hill. Always new bikes.
Gotta be green.
Well, he's got 35 of them. I only have 7, so.
I just got 2.
We're trying to pick up a color for next year's bike. If you guys don't wreck it at track day, if you don't dump it.
I want a pink.
Pink, yeah. Look.
Right.
Did you guys see the pileup on 106 this morning?
Nah.
We came up 106, and just as we got there, 3 BMW cars hit each other. One went half off the cliff. One lost a wheel. All the airbags were popping off, and guys were screaming and shit. I think you need bigger mufflers, to be honest. Hey, Luciano.
I was planning on a set of 4-inch diesel stacks.
We could put an R6 in the mufflers. That is a muffler, boy. Wow.
I know. This is new. It's not even broken.
Wow.
Now, another great Perkins memory was I was still riding the West Cooley bodywork on the GS, and Pokey showed up with his new Moto Guzzi that he waited year after year to get this. Finally got one, Coppo d'Italia, I don't know how you say that. And of course, we oogled it and checked it out, and it's a beautiful bike. He just loves Moto Guzzis, and that's all there is to it. Now, Vlad, we painted one up for Vlad that was a fake Coppo d'Italia. I don't even know if we have pictures of that, but we actually copied Pokey's bike. And the way this played out, it looked like Pokey had maybe even set this up, that a lot of people came up with Moto Guzzis that I hadn't seen this one before. This was a beauty, in fact. And there were several. There was a black one, too, if I remember right. In fact, I think I have pictures of that. But of course, it turned out to be Moto Guzzi Day. Something my friend Henry Hawk is probably eating his heart out here with all these Moto Guzzis. Look at these Moto Guzzis. So we look at all bikes, of course. They're all interesting. I actually had a Moto Guzzi. I think I had one just like this with no windshield or anything. And the West Cooley bodywork always drew a crowd. For some reason, and I don't know why, I made that GS look like it was a one-off, one of a kind. And we always got a lot of people coming over. And a guy had an R1 exactly like mine. He hadn't even taken the stickers off yet. And some of the guys from the bike clubs were up there. Now, what I did back in this day is I always used to, at the end of the day or in the middle of the day, I used to just take out the camera and shoot pictures. And this gal came up, and I don't really remember her name, but she was interested in taking a ride on the GS. And I told her, sure, yeah, she was riding, not that big of a deal. So she sat on it, and she was pretty impressed. And of course, a Honda CBX always draws a crowd. And Rip had a bunch of these at one time. And there was one we saw, this may be the one. The guy would be up there on a pretty regular basis. He had a turbocharged one. And then it was the star of the show almost every week. The guy had 3 of these 1915 Harleys. 1 restored, 2 not. And he was quite an entertaining guy. Now, this is some priceless footage of our late and great friend, Bobby Nevola. And Bob, God almighty, do we miss you? I know everybody that watches this video will miss you. This is priceless footage.
Yeah, how did you do? What are you riding?
I still got my VFR.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Wendy's an old friend of mine, Cheryl Stewart. One of the hottest riders on the track, man.
Good
The only
girl.
time you see her is when she's passing.
Good girl.
You only see her from the back, huh?
Good girl. Keep kicking his butt. He needs it. What is this, Old Girls Motorcycle Club?
That's right, we're the Sirens.
Well, introduce us.
The Sirens Motorcycle Club.
We're desperate old men with a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're desperate old men anyway.
We might have one lady who might.
You got any desperate women that like
No, there's only one lady who might be playing for your team. The rest, no.
for our team?
What's
You
that
gotta,
What's that mean?
you gotta have an inheritance.
What's that mean?
Ask him.
Oh, that's hurt. Dayglow underwear's hurt. His feelings are hurt.
Yeah, the auto show.
He's the president of the Desperate Old Men Rider Club. Oh my God.
I parked here for where's Alyssa? She has to see the Hey, Alyssa.
Not crazy.
What's the name of the club?
The Sirens Women's Motorcycle Club.
What is a siren? I thought that was like a whistle or
Siren?
something.
No, sirens are that mythical,
they're mythical
creatures
creatures.
that draw men
Are
to
you a
the
mythical
rocks.
creature?
No,
I'm
actually,
Waters. This is my world.
The myth was that the sirens would sing so beautifully. They were so beautiful, and their singing was so beautiful that sailors would throw themselves off of the boats.
Is that
to
how
be
Bob
with
lost his hand? He threw himself off the boat.
It was a shark action.
A shark.
shark
Tell that
action.
story on video. That was great.
them. We contend that
Wow.
we are just having fun and doing what we do, and then men, we don't know why they do what
If they crash, it's on them, right? Right. We know the type.
That's right. That's right.
Bob, did Bob ever tell you his shark story? The guy asked him, how'd you lose your hand in a motorcycle accident? He said, no, a shark bit it in a pet shop. I know you don't think that's funny. Where's Bob?
One time he told me that he was riding and I don't know if like something happened and he fell down and then his arm fell off. And the lady
fell
and
off.
the lady in the car started screaming.
Get my arm, it's going over the cliff. Oh my God. So Bob's a real ladies man. Now we've heard, you know.
Yeah, Lefty
See,
is-
he's our shill. When we see an old girl bike club, we send him out and he does that thing with his hook and everything. Look, I got a chrome hook.
No, he's quite sharp.
Oh, he's a good guy. I'm married too. What are you kidding me? Everybody's married, but I'm desperate. I'm still a desperado. So let's see. What are these girls riding? Wow, these girls must have money. What is it, like alimony money, or you have real money from a job?
No, actually, women work.
They,
We
Don't
work. We don't
work.
make as much as men, and you know, for various.
I'm on your team. I don't work. I love women working and the men stay home and ride motorcycles. That's the new millennia. Wow. I love the modern women. They work, support their men, make them stay. I babysit grandchildren.
You're talking the
No,
wrong women.
listen, I'm confessing. I'm a professional babysitter. I babysit my grandson. 71 years old, and look at what I look like. I don't look a day over 80. You guys, I like to see this. That's great. That's great. I remember years ago, if you were a woman riding, it was like, nowadays, no way. That's great.
Apparently enough of an oddity for you to see people.
No. When you go to, no. A saddlebag before. Look at this. Look at this. That is, oh my God, that's so cute.
You better fix that throttle.
Now, why doesn't he have one of these hairdos like you guys have? Get him that hairdo. Cut about 6 inches and I'll put it right on his head.
Take care, guys.
All right. Good seeing you. There goes Luciano's hairdo. I want to get that thing and zip tie it to Luciano's.
And there was a Moto Guzzi that reminded me of the one, but it wasn't the same one, that I had years ago, and I had swapped in for an H2. But I did enjoy owning it for the couple of months that I had it.
Well, what do you think you are?
Your next birthday.
I'll tell you what, I like that one.
Is it nice?
Now this is the one, Pokey. Remember I told you this is the one I had. Like this is looking
Yes,
like it
but you
anyway.
had- yeah, and you had a T3, didn't you?
It was so many years
You had
ago.
a T.
And I only had it for a couple of months, and then I dumped it.
Oh.
Because I bought an H2. I wanted to go fast.
Oh. Now you really shut your eye out.
Yeah,
Well, the bigger ones they do. The smaller ones they don't because they want to.
What is this, a 750 now? When it's a V7, it means it's a 750?
750.
What does that mean? And what year is this?
15. Did you tell me 15 or 13? Wait.
I don't know.
You just told me and I forgot about it.
It's a relatively new bike, though.
Until they saw plastic on it and be like, hey, wait a
that I
second.
restored.
Oh, you can get historic plates and just put it on this?
You know what's amazing?
I've got historic plates on the 70.
They even made the seat look like the seat.
This was an add-on.
Oh, that's not the factory seat?
No, I have the factory. The fellow that I bought this bike from, he was riding like scooters for his
Oh.
and he bought this thing and he put like 1,000 miles on it and he was just scared to death of it.
Oh. Drag racing. Oh, yeah. You need something to keep you young. Let's see what else we got. There's a whole Honda there.
Once or twice a year, and I've never heard gunshots before.
Yeah, because we come most of the time. Yeah.
Come where I live, you'll hear gunshots every night.
I live near Newark. So.
I live right near. I'm on the edge of Newark. Are you kidding me?
If
You like guns? Come to Newark.
If you want to watch cops, you just sit on the front porch.
You don't need a TV. Just look out your window. Somebody's getting murdered every night.
Yeah, I live in Belleville.
Oh, okay. I'm in Rutherford.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know exactly where you
Oh, there's an old guy too. Look at this. He snuck up on me.
Yeah, that's a
It must be a two-stroke. He's changing the plugs. I got extra two-stroke oil if you get short on it. It's Turbo Steve rolls in.
I think it's time to get going. It's getting open. Yeah, let's go. It's getting crazy.
Your bike is over there, Turbo Steve. How you doing? The H1 lives. It lives in infamy.
This is a 95. So it's a, she's old enough to drink now.
But are you? But are you? Yeah, that's basically your bike, right? Yeah, it's 916. Glenn needs one of these in his collection. He doesn't have a 916 yet.
Is yours still running?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I got all the adjustable levers, the push and twist, the gas cap, push and twist. Yeah, gold. Real gold.
He got something I bet you don't have. He got a free SUV mirror right in his face, riding on 108. You know what he said after the accident? He says, "Mamma mia, the cut springs were all over the parking lot."
I don't know where the fluid went. There was nothing there.
Tell him about the SUV knocked you over.
Bikes this old, things just start to break and rust and go away. So
Yeah, you gotta keep an eye on the clutch. When you see the fluid is slower, it's going down level, something's leaking. and it's enough
We
fun.
know all about leaks on this bike.
It's enough fun to ride it back home without clothes.
No, every time I stop, I look underneath to see what fell out, and nothing's falling out.
As we speak, out from the depth of a blue, pink glasses and a Darth Vader helmet. Look at, can't you get a Darth Vader helmet? Look at this. This is priceless. I bet even Ray Straub wishes he had one of these. You know, when you buy a Ducati, they should give you that helmet. They should.
What? Got earplugs in.
You should.
And today, Luciano stole the show with the H1. Everywhere he goes, he steals the show. It's a beautiful, beautiful restoration. Now, what I always enjoyed years ago, and I still enjoy it now, is every time we'd go up to Perkins, is Luciano's daughter-in-law, and she was riding with us, and somebody wanted to sit on my RD, and we always made new friends. Always got to see some of our old friends, some of the bikes we've seen many times before, and some new bikes. I'm not sure if that's Lauren's Ducati Monster or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, and there's always new bikes. Vlad's always bringing up a new bike we haven't seen before to add to his collection. And it's just, these years that went by, probably 8 to 10 years, they were just loaded with such good memories. And looking back at all this old video, it brings a tear to my eye, but I can't complain. I never had more fun in my whole life, to be honest.
Who doesn't like his MT-09, he's going to give it to me.
Yeah. I got
Fat
3
chance.
motorcycles, so I don't ride this one that frequently.
Only
3? Only 3?
Yeah.
I got 11 in my garage.
Oh, nice.
I have 9, he has 11, so between us we got 20.
I like those little carbon fiber pieces that this fella has.
Yes?
Yeah, I did.
Is that a... Oh, now mine, I got the same frame. The frame is exactly the same. I was going to make that part. He's got the same... He's got the same thing in the back.
It's a factory Yamaha piece, too.
Really?
Well, I make the carbon fiber stuff, so I wanted to make it custom with a scoop or something. I'm looking for an idea, to be honest.
Yeah, recently...
And this is different than on mine. You could polish that up nice.
Yeah.
And I recently replaced the brake lines, too, with the stainless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and replaced the brake pads on it.
It won't get any better than this.
If you feel his master cylinder, it does. Ask him if you can feel his lever. The feel in it, incredible.
Well, he's got an A-Both decal on his bike. You got an A-Both? He has an A-Both. Yeah, his wife has one.
My wife used to have.
What a fun car. Wow. It's like the MT-09. An 09.
Yeah? Okay, I got a 16, but it's just for racing, so.
Yeah.
It was one very cool bike. I really thought this was a cool bike.
It's all electronic. We don't even have electronics on a motorcycle. Wow. I never saw that in my whole life.
So
it shifts.
When I press both, it's going to take this. You see I'm in the lower gear?
Yeah. Right.
So if I hit it, see how this moves?
It's got a little servo or something down there. Look at that. Holy mackerel.
So there you see the little light. This is like a small little battery. You know, you recharge it like every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And on the back as well. So it sends the signal to the back to shift.
Look at the little disc brakes. Oh my God. No, I never really...
And there's even lighter than this.
Wow, how much does that weigh?
Probably not even... I haven't weighed it though.
Well, roughly, I mean...
16
pounds.
16 pounds maybe.
My God.
I got a couple of these.
Wow. And the wheels are $2,300? Oh.
I mean, they're a little...
Holy shit.
There's nothing to it. I know, I picked that other guy's bike up.
Probably heavier.
Oh, yeah, if you leave the water on, the water's as much as the bike. Holy. But if you're moving that weight all day long, at the end of the day, it adds up. Wow.
I come from New York City, and I made it in 2 hours and 33 minutes.
That's
So for all the years we've been going to Perkins, and all of the video I shot, and all the still pictures, every one of them is a special memory. And boy, the footage and the pictures I have of Bob Nevola, the late Bob Nevola, and Tim is on this video too. You just can't make that up, how priceless that is. Years go by, 6, 8, 10 years go by, and you look back and the first thing you say is, where did the time go? Where did the time go? Every one of us, we're all subject to the same rules of engagement, whether you ride a motorcycle or a bicycle. And boy, that guy with the carbon fiber bicycle, we have seen him there many times. He's a very friendly guy. He made it from New York City. That's almost as long, maybe it's even longer than I come up with the motorcycle. And sometimes I'm tired riding up on a motorcycle. So I don't know what that tells you about me either. Anyway, as always, I hope you did enjoy the video, and I hope by shooting all these pictures, I've managed to keep the memory alive of when Perkins was in its heyday before COVID, and when we all were in the A-team and we were all harassing each other for no reason at all. It was a time that I would never want to trade that time away for anything. And by having all these pictures and videos, I'm able to share it with you. I hope you enjoy it too. Just keep doing those power wheelies.